Around, if you think about it, their profile is melee, so maybe the Tigreal can work. We're still not sure though. We're not confirming anything, but we're just trying to justify what this Tigreal might mean.
Yeah, if it's real, I think Liquid may have done too much homework.
Too much more. Because I feel like the XP Khalid is the one that's really a problem for me because I don't see it working in this scenario. I really don't.
So by the way, Nino, whenever Nabulance passes by, the other players will always go, Nino, Nino, Nino. Wow, okay, Alter Ego just endeared themselves in my heart.
Yeah. Is there a sustained kind of XP where you can heal your teammates? Is that
Heal your teammates?
Yeah. There was a time where Revitalize.
Or you could rock Favor before. That was a patch thing.
Yeah, maybe.
We are heading in.
No.
It's
real.
legitimate.
It's real.
Khalid, Rome, Tigreal. Wolf, I think we already have your opinion on the drafts. Leo, last words on it.
I want to see the Tigreal work, man. It didn't work with Yangon. Hopefully with Liquid.
We thought it would be Alter Ego bringing in the unique Morgilla, crazy ideas, but it's Team Liquid Philippines showing up with Rome Tigreal and XP Khalid. Naisu, Trex, bring it on, let's go!
The Tigreal is real. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this match. It's a best of 5. The lower bracket gauntlet continues for Alter Ego and, of course, Team Liquid from the Philippines here. And whoever wins this series immediately will have to face off against the Giants. Whoa, JP! All right, they'll have to face off against the Giants, Trex. How are we feeling about the draft here?
I mean, there's definitely a couple off-brand picks, but I do think that happens on both sides. We have the Tigreal that didn't work previously, but we also have this Kagura with a 0% win rate.
Yeah.
So both teams have some picks, the Tigreal and the Kagura, that take a lot to work.
Yeah.
They have a good skill ceiling. Even though the Tigreal seems like an easy-to-go hero, if you're not landing those implosions, there's a problem.
Yeah, and I feel like Liquid too, despite the many questions we already have regarding this draft, so long as Oheb shows us a similar gameplay as he did on this squad yesterday, then I feel like they will at least be fine. But that is knowing that they're up against Arfi on the Freya, and Arfi on the Freya is a completely different beast, so we'll have to see him exert double the effort if he wants to actually manage this lane at least.
I feel like a lot of teams obviously have done that. They've gone to the Freya against the Claude, and like you mentioned, Arfi is one of those players that brought it out for one of the first times throughout M7. It's worked so far so good against the Claude specifically, and you know, again, that's why the work for Oheb is going to be a little bit tougher as this game goes on, but also Sanford on the Khalid, something we don't see too often. You know, Khalid picked up in the XP lane where you're used to seeing it in the roam, especially in the hands of JP, but this amount of crowd control could also prove to be a problem for Alter Ego as they try to fight these objectives. You can see Carl Teasy giving the go for this positioning. Turtle's going to break out.
Oh, look, Hijime actually going in. Zones out enough of the members of Liquid, and Yasuke finding Sanji right there. Raging Sanford landing on 3, however. Sanford fighting back, but Nino too, zoning them just the same, and as Sanford goes down next, it's a double for Yasuke.
An amazing response from Alter Ego. Team Liquid, I felt like, should have had the advantage. We're looking to mid-side. Oheb will get away safely, but still, having the Basha, you feel like there should be some advantage there. But Yasuke quickly switched shifts. Listen, we weren't going for the turtle. It was a bait, and they find Sanjin at that point. It's an easy win for Alter Ego.
And I think we saw that slight knock-up too, helping Alter Ego dealing with Oheb, and maybe that's all that they need, because right now, they can be the ones playing aggressive.
Yasuke with 2 early kills on this Joy against the GOAT Carl Teasy, man. You know that, like, especially in the difference in terms of the rotational speeds with this Joy and also the lead that you get provides to be quite a bit of damage in the hands of Alter Ego, and that's already what we saw. Setup.
They're gonna commit on JP. Still gets to cast the implosion, but there won't be enough follow-up. Carl Teasy is having a very hard time getting out of this, and Yasuke's now on a killing spree, but a response from Stanford and Stasi!
But Sanford goes down! Team Liquid thinks they have the answer to this full brunt attack, and there was nothing for them.
Team Liquid is the one getting stampeded right now at this point in the game. It just feels weird because you're used to seeing them control early game. Well, right now, Alter Ego has brought this composition and gotten the advantage.
Listen, Team Liquid isn't getting stampeded. They're charging towards the attack titan right now. They're getting rocks thrown at them, horses just going down. And You know, the problem is what is going to be the answer to this Joy? It's 3-1 and 2 already.
Yeah.
There's practically zero crowd control except for the Tigreal. Yasuke is going to be all over the place if this continues like this.
Oh, Hijime gets the flicker out, but the implosion will be there to catch him. Now he gets a response with the Tsunami Slap and the Tidal Strike. JP still trying to walk away though, but Nino will be there to try and stop him, and JP too will not survive.
And the crowd is erupting right now. Every time Team Liquid thinks they get a play, Alter Ego snaps back. And normally, when I'm casting Team Liquid games, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Team Liquid might not want to get brawly with these guys right now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. You know, a part of that is they just don't let up, and that's what Alter Ego has to do. Everything that's happened so far will get them this next objective. Second turtle in their hand. Tlph will be stopped in his tracks. Whoa!
Oh, that's a multiple knockup coming in, but then Yasuke all alone, dealing with almost every single member. Sanji trying to deal with Nino right in front of him, but it's not going to be enough. And on the other side of the map too, JP once again falling. It's only Tlph and OHEB left.
And Alter Ego continues to stomp forward. Team Liquid just running face first into a wall right now.
This is the tough part. Oh, Arfi? He should be able to get away.
Okay, he gets slowed down just a bit.
That's
Okay.
All right, that's a pickup that they needed. Team Liquid has to start looking for things that they can take off the map because so far control is not in their favor.
At this point, OHEB will be the golden ticket. He's 1-0-0 right now.
Tlph?
Oh, he stole away that buff. Sanji with a better dare strike, trying to help him there. Alec will go for the setup, but now the team fight split up. Tlph goes down first, but so will Alec for the trade.
Jungle for Rome, though, a fair trade for Alter Ego. The gold continues to go into their lead, but that one kill did go into the hands of OHEB, putting him at 2-0-0. And as I was saying, he is the golden ticket for Team Liquid right now, the last chance.
Yep.
But it is a ride. Luckily, since he hasn't taken any deaths, he's been able to get some free farm up in the top side, though. RP.
Once again,
Yasuke.
can handle this. Yasuke will be there, but the BMI somehow still saves OHEB. Tlph to stop him, but it's not going to be enough. Yasuke still picks up the kill. A stun from Sanji, but the yin-yang overturn, he has to avoid it. And now Hijime, he's showing what this Kagura is all about.
It's just like Trek said, man. Every punch that TL decides to throw, there's a counter punch from Alter Ego. They're doing such a great job at overlapping their rotations, overlapping the abilities that they have here to answer what TL throws at them. And that is going to continue to keep them ahead in this game and set them up the best possible way. Once the Lord comes into play, they should be able to go ahead and secure the third turtle. Tlph will go ahead and grab his purple buff and get in to rotate. But OHEB, like you mentioned, Trex, might just be the one to cause this game to flip over. But Alter Ego has solved that for now.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him do it before, right? He gets the Trinity in, one big, wait.
Oh, another setup on JP, but JP
No.
still has the implosion! Catches three, but RP is unstoppable on this Freya! Sanford couldn't do much as well. He tried to zone out the other members. Another attempt with the Tidal Strike. Tlph next. Sanford with Raging Sandstorm, but he too might go down. Fortunately has the flicker, but they're all forced under the turret.
Nino, call the ambulance, because Alter Ego is pulling up at this point. Team Liquid, multiple members go down. That's 3 turtles over to them. It doesn't feel like there's an answer every time they set something up. I know Nino's not on a flashy here right now, and it looks like it's all Arfi, but every time a feathered airstrike comes down, Nino jumps on to Sanji, and it's just unplayable. The Farza can't get more than 2 of those feathered airstrikes to come down.
That's how you deal with it. You know, you kind of stop the amount of uptime that feathered airstrike has, and so far Alter Ego's been able to do that. Especially the Kagura, like the pressure with the Kagura is there, and that's what's actually either popped the Purify from Sanji or even OHEB, and then they're able to follow through. Looking at the items here too, you can see there's still tons of grounds to cover here, especially, again, Arfi is locked in for the most part. He's able to go ahead and just duel someone if he wants to with Corrosive Scythe. Battle Axe locked in, working on his next. You've already got a Holy Crystal and a Genius Wand as well for Yasuke, and that is what is causing such amount of burst when they follow through with the combos against TL.
RP as well, but wait a second, Tsunami Slam, everyone should be okay unless they try to force this. But RP picks up the Corrosion Scythe, goes into War Axe, and now he's working on an endless battle. Nice true damage going to be coming through to deal with Tlph in the front line, to deal with JP. And we're seeing that Tlph tries to find a way in on this Basha, but he's just getting gut checked every time he runs in.
Yeah.
It's a little weird too, just because, again, this is not a hero you usually see on Sanford. You can see that Sanford isn't necessarily able to do what you're used to see him doing on the likes of like a Yuzhong, for example, or even the Uranus or Narla, or like whatever he decides to pick up.
Yep.
This is different, so he has to approach these fights differently, and sometimes you might say, well, he's got the Raging Sandstorm, why doesn't he use it? But even so, if he gets that setup, they just necessarily don't have the damage yet with this lineup. I mean, you're 7,000 behind. You need time to go ahead and build up. There are some key items being picked up here, but it might be some time. He does pick up a Malefic Roar.
Damage Khalid, yeah.
He went, but he went for Blade of Hepatis second, I'm pretty sure. He just got in the Blade of Hepatis.
Heptasis.
Blade
of Heps, yep.
Sorry,
And the Malefic Roar, yeah.
And so Malefic Roar went first. Normally it's the other way around. So that could be a reason why we saw slightly lack of damage from him in the early phase. Trying to get those big picks, and maybe it makes the difference now, but still it's so hard to land on a Hijime.
Another setup on JP. Still gets to dash out though, but then RV might just get punished here! That's the setup with the Raging Sandstorm and the Blazing Doing coming in from OHEB. Now they're trying to target down Nito. Alec very low on HP as well. Somehow Team Liquid have regained control over the objective.
Oh, they have control of it, but Lord is still for the taking here, knowing they have the numbers advantage. What can Yazuki do here if he goes in?
Okay, they don't fight Yazuki just yet. Might get to punish Hijime.
Oh!
Throws out the umbrella in a weird direction, and now there goes the tidal strike. They won't go for a setup anymore. Alec doesn't have the top. He's slapped with the better strike. Might just finish off the kill. But Yazuki finding two. It's now Evan Sanford going down. Tlph might just be next, and that's a triple for Yazuki.
Yazuki waited patiently and it all paid off.
I'm watching, I'm waiting for that green dot to pop up. He used the electrifying beats already. He hung out in the tri-bush, and Tlph, instead of checking it, goes for Hijime. So it buys Yazuki enough time. And I'm a little worried when he came in, but no, he had enough damage. He's able to turn that whole thing into his hands, and now the Lord is into the hands of Alter Ego.
My goodness, man. There's been talks about Yazuki and what he's been able to accomplish up to this point, and imagine he is 9-1-6, started so strong on this Joy pick, and against Tlph too. I mean, the game plan was apparent from TL. They wanted to go and just get the kills, not so much commit to the Lord, because they want to go ahead and get some shutdowns, get some crucial gold for them, but it didn't happen. Alter Ego responded really well and kept things under control. And now they've got the Lord, so they can go ahead and get ready to get to the base of TL. They are massively ahead in most departments. Yeah, the roam nearly isn't different there, but it's still difficult for JP to exactly decide, is this a fight we should take? Should we set up here? And then even for Sanford to follow through. He's going to go for a little bit defensiveness now because of the amount of magic damage that is coming out from Alter Ego's lineup.
All of them had to prioritize the magic defense first, but then you also have to deal with Arfi. You have to deal with the other members too. Whoa, Predator Airstrike. They will be focusing on clearing down the Lord first.
Might be a slight mess up on the push there, but still, they do get the Holy Defense off on the bottom tower before the Lord connects, so they get a lot of damage onto that, but Tier 2 in the mid still standing, but with the AK gold lead, Alter Ego aren't going to slow it down, they're not going to freeze lanes, they want more out of this push.
We'll see how they approach it. Again, Tier 2's all going to fall. They set up here under the top.
Kumenaka flicker from Hijime takes down Sanji. There's the implosion. Sanford to finish off Hijime onto the back lines. We are going to take a look at OPT though because he cannot tack the damage anymore. Everyone's getting bursted down. Not even the Blazing Doing is enough. Another triple, but this time for Arfi. And this might just be it for Alter Ego.
They have to wait for the minions to push in, but they're nearly there. They see the win in sight.
All they need is a few more seconds. Alter Ego Esports in a dominating fashion might just put an end to game number 1. Sanji feathered airstrike, but that's all that he's got.
What?
A shutdown on Yazuki though. They might have just saved the game.
Have they saved the game? Although the feathered airstrike comes out with big value. How does TL make it happen?
In a matter of seconds, Team Liquid survives. This is what we love MLBB for. Team Liquid still in the game. Yes, the gold lead is huge, but with a comeback like that, with a survivability like that, just about anything is possible from this point.
That is one of the biggest defensives so far that we've seen in M7 to buy more time. Again, we're going to look at the replay here, brought to us by Visa. Look at this. It's all initiated here on the bottom side. They get a great team fight in their favor, you throwing everything at TL, but then because the waves weren't pushed the way that they needed to actually end the game here, it took a little bit too long, and you see that 20 seconds for Sanji on the death timer at that point bought him enough time to change the course of that defense. Now, what does this mean? Does it change much? Not too much. They stayed in the game, but this Lord is up, and now Alter Ego is starting it up.
I don't know, man. You never count out Team Liquid. It might not change too much, but it buys more time, and we're closing in on the 15-minute mark. Gold is getting past the 40K mark for both teams, and things are going to get more and more aggressive from Team Liquid as we move forward.
We're going to focus on the hero, Sanji with a veteran airstrike too, but Yazuki just goes in for the dive! OHEB goes down first! A very unfortunate sequence of events for Team Liquid after that defense! And double kill once again for RP! Sanford finds the trade on Yazuki, however, but Sanji somehow dodges this, but not the attempt from 3 members of Alter Ego!
It didn't change too much. We're back in the base, but this time, Alter Ego will be able to take game 1 under their belt. And there you go. The series started out strong by Alter Ego, and that's going to be the first loss, by the way, for Claude from OHEB. And that's tough to deal with because it just seemed like, I don't know, the draft wasn't working in their favor, but every team fight from start to finish was just all Alter Ego.
Honestly, none of that felt like it was working in their favor.
Yeah.
Was it just the Tigreal? Was it just the,
The joy,
And I don't know, for me, it wasn't just the draft. Team Liquid made some mistakes in the early phase. Yes, they fell behind. That was okay. You lose the one fight. But then they kept on going for it. They fed into what Alter Ego wanted, and once we saw that Joy get to 2-0 in that first team fight, I felt like they should have kind of hit the brakes a little bit.
Yeah, so much struggles for Liquid at that point. The draft, it wasn't just a draft, but it, I feel, played a really huge role because it didn't completely enable nor emphasize on the strengths of Liquid individually, and especially what they're able to do as a team, because they couldn't even, or we didn't even see them attempt to go in at the same time. There's always one guy getting punished first, be it JP or even Carl, and I don't know, there are just so many questions for me when it comes to this game.
I'm sure our panel has questions. I'm sure the viewers do, but hell, that's one hell of a game for Alter Ego. We're going to throw it over to the panel to break down our game 1.
This is why I say when I look at Yasuke, I look at a younger version of Carl TZ, hungry for the kill, going for that punish. And here's a little note about Filipino MLBB. We love to use our minions Z, this has to happen. Use time this. When I get Tsunami Slam, then I Implosion, then Sanji. But then no one's stopping that Joy from accessing that Farsa. It was overcooked by Team Liquid.
You know why I agree with that is because in the latter stages of the game, we saw some skirmishes where eventually Team Liquid are able to pick off heroes from the side of Alter Ego. For example, the Farsa is allocated to take out the Kagura eventually, or maybe take out the Joy after the implosion. However, there are just so many bodies that Alter Ego are able to throw at Team Liquid. So whenever they do eventually get a pick-off, the trade-off is really bad. They don't have the implosion anymore, they don't have the Farsa ultimate, and they definitely managed that cloud with that Freya. So I think that yes, it was overcomplicated, and it was very conditional, and every time that you get one piece out of the puzzle for Team Liquid, they just break.
Yeah. The lineup of Alter Ego, though, as mechanically demanding a Joy could be, the best players in the world make every Joy game look so easy, and Yasuke did just that. Every team fight, it was him having non-stop access to wherever Sanji or Oheb will end up being. And in the end, the MVP of the game is, of course, the young man, the rookie to the world stage, Yasuke, 11, 3, and 11.
Great performance coming out from Yasuke, especially because of the start that he had. But one memorable thing that I remember, one memorable clash was when there was a Lord fight and it looked to be really Liquid, Team Liquid getting it. I think they got 2 pickoffs after the implosion. However, Yasuke thought, okay, no more implosion, I just have to wait for my ultimate, go to where Oheb is. The moment this clutch shows up, now it's my time to take down the members of Team Liquid. The timing was great, he gets a triple kill, salvages the fight, and then eventually wins it for the team.
This is symptomatic of how Liquid's lineup is very reliant on everything going right. So yes, they got the 2-man pickoff for free, but where did it leave them? A majority of them at half health, a lot of their resources, ults, battle spells spent up, and that's why Yasuke came in for the cleanup. I hope we see that moment here on the replay. This is an early game moment, second turtle taken. Again, after that implosion, after the reposition by JP, there's really not much Liquid can play with.
This is why I wanted to focus on the side lanes here. Proactive side laners are going to win this one. We know we can depend on the Roaming trio for both of these teams, but proactivity in the side actually spells doom for macro-centered gameplay.
You know why that worked? It's because you will see them having 5 people invading the jungle of Team Liquid. Philippines, Alter Ego are so good at activating their side laners that they can invade.
Fortunately, Liquid could have afforded it. Tlph is playing a box shot. He doesn't need that much farm. He can afford to maybe lose a small camp here or there. Worst case scenario, maybe a buff, and he can recover from that. But what made it worse is Oheb couldn't easily double lane. Sanford's main strength, the sandwalk, able to leave the lane. It's no good because you randomly leave your lane, you bump into 5 members of AE, you get punished.
That actually literally happened in one of the team fights where Oheb attempted to go for the double lane, actually had to pop the Blazy do it, but then BMI out because there are 3 people in front of his face. He's not even able to clear that minion away when that happened. So the flash farm from Oheb did not happen in this game. 2, 4, and 3, even with the Purify. You gotta say, this team, Alter Ego, they were prepared against that Cloud.
Yeah, we know them to be aggressive. We know them to be in your face. But 100% they know how to play the macro so well. This was a great display from Alter Ego in lane cutting. The Uranus and the Freya together constantly cut the side lanes to the point where Oheb could not find farm for himself because it would be way too dangerous for him to get out. He eventually built up to a Malefic gun and a golden staff as well, but then the rest of the team just did not have enough items, and he needed that front to stay strong against that Joy coming in to dive him.
And definitely now, with the composition that Team Liquid had, there were so many answers from Alter Ego. There were so many good tech here coming from Alter Ego, particularly this Kagura that we have not talked about yet. The moment that he got his Holy Crystal did not stop. Although there will be times where he will be picked off. In fact, 4 out of the 12 times that Alter Ego applied this game came from that Kagura. He already did his job. 7 assists with this side, with the Rupture as well, to make sure that no matter whoever receives that burst coming out of the Kagura will just drop. This is a specific hero to take out a specific hero of Team Liquid, depending on the team fight. For example, they might go for the Farsa to cancel that ult or threaten this Claude eventually, and of course, take out the Khalid when he goes for the quicksand guard.
I'm hoping that Liquid are able to recover from here because there's two or three major things that they need to address going into game number 2 to try and equalize. Because Alter Ego, all they did here was play their game.
Yep.
And I love how Coach Zephyr did not really go far off the beaten path. All he had to do was go to page 2 maybe of his playbook and say, yup, that's what it is. We have to play the weird mid laner in the Kagura and maybe dig a little deeper to Yasuke's hero pool, play the Joy, who has now become what, a B-tier jungler? And they still got off scot-free.
Yeah.
If they wanted to go into the Tigreal here, I feel like the Khalid made a lot of sense. We've seen the impact of the Khalid and even the Claw together with their aggression, but I don't know, part of me thinks that Khalid could have been something else. They could have just picked up their EXP laner in the first phase and then still end up setting up for the Tigreal. Or if they want to be surprising and honest, set up the Tigreal in the first phase, right?
Yeah, that flex felt very fragile.
Yeah.
It felt like building a house on a bridge that could only take, 2 people.
So I feel like the red side is not that amenable to flexible, which is weird because it's the last pick, right? However, we do know that when you're in the blue side, you can actually flex even more. I think that maybe Alice could have been good in that game, but you cannot fourth pick it in a way for Team Liquid.
Yeah, it was tough, I guess. I mean, that's just all the pressures when it comes to playing professional MLBB. There's so many things to consider, statistics, strategies, which way are we going to go? Which is why we have some very important friends, of course, that we can utilize to our success. Realme 15 Pro, where is it? There it is. The AI insights from the Realme 15 Pro, win rate predictions, gold analysis, items, everything in real time. It's like having a strap coach in your pocket. That's the AI gaming coach for you.
Doesn't stop there though. When the fight breaks out, it's consecutive skills. The feature lets you unleash a perfect preset combo, just one tap. It guides your strategy and elevates your execution. That's the full AI-powered edge. Perfect for people like me.
From prediction to performance, it's a complete package. You play, we carry Realme 15 Pro, the M7 official gaming phone. So good, you can even play with your elbows. Don't try it in rank, please. If you want a Realme 15 Pro, why not you call a little friend to help you out for you? I got V here. He's back on the stage. This is his miniature form. He will later on hopefully evolve to his big form as we see in the M7 Carnival.
Yeah.
He's here at the M7 World Championships to cheer us all up. Ain't he cute? Sometimes we call him little V-chan because he's a tiny little baby and he's visited Japan. That's how we picked that up. Sometimes he even gets mistaken for a cloud because he floats around everywhere, bringing V's vision of being everywhere you want to be with his playful energy. V is here at M7 to experience the world of gaming and esports alongside all the amazing MLBB fans. He's here to cheer on every team, whether they're winning or losing. And remember, with Visa, stay safe, stay secure, be the champion you want to be. No, wait, be the real MVP. Get it? Get it?
So, V, which do you have a team rooting for here? Let's go Liquid! Wait, yo, you said you would be supporting both teams. You can't just go for one. Liquid! V, no, stop. V, also cheer for Alter Ego. Alter Ego! Okay, good job, all right.
He's an Alter champ now.
Yeah, he's an Alter champ now as well. You also have bonuses in-game as the M7 bonuses for the pass went live on January 1st, New Year's Day, the day I flew out of the Philippines. Yeah, I've been here for quite some time. It's packed with exclusive rewards like Ranger's Thunder Ascendant Epic skin, the Cosmic Finality Prime skin, the M7 figurine, battle effects, Prime Avatar border, and more. Plus, you can get the Gato Kacha Solar Spark for a free. The fan favorite M5U Zong skins and revamped M Championship skins are also making a limited time return. So if you love the championship skins from before, they've been revamped, upgraded a little bit, don't miss out on some very wonderful rewards. All right. I think in just a moment we're going to be hearing a few words from Nino and Sanford. I think we got a little interview in on them, so we got to see a little bit of interaction. Real quick, if there's one thing Liquid needs to change heading into Game 2, what should it be?
There's really nothing. I think that they just have to be safe when it comes to like sieging, I guess.
Okay. Leo, what about for you?
Keep it tight, both in your draft and in execution. Keep it simple.
Yeah, Alter Ego has kept things simple, but of course with those little bits of advanced techniques that you can bring into the game, and they took game number 1 away from Team Liquid. So now let's hear from Sanford and Nino to know a little bit more.
Sanford, I will teach you. Saya akui AE emang hebat.
Saya akui
AE
AE
hebat.
emang hebat.
Yeah. AE is great.
Oh, I agree though. Okay, I'll teach you too.
Yeah.
Alam nating lahat. na ang Team Liquid
na ang Team Liquid
ay napakalakas.
Uy,
Ay napaka
lakas.
It means Team Liquid is super strong.
Oh, yeah. AE bakal menang hari ini.
AE bakal menang
hari ini. Ya. AE wins today.
Okay. I have one more. Okay. Team Liquid ang magkakampiyon. Magkakampiyon ngayong gabi. It means Team Liquid will be the champion tonight.
Oh yeah. Wait, my team win today.
No, it's my team.
My team.
My team.
No, my team.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that we featured the family-friendly version of that. I'm pretty sure there's some footage somewhere of the not-so-family-friendly version of that, of course. That is the natural language of international MLBB, teaching each other some of the finer points of each other's languages.
Spicier vocabulary.
The spicier vocabulary.
Yeah, I think Sanford's just glad it wasn't Mirko who is teaching him some Bahasa in the words, because that will be not family-friendly at all. But here we are, heading to the next game with a different approach for Team Liquid.
Oh, it has to be.
If I were to guess, if there's something that they have to change, I think they have to pick blue side.
Yeah. I mean, if they decide to run it back here, they have a choice and they're going to go red. I think that's going to be an acknowledgement of Team Liquid messing up their own execution, not respecting some certain aspects of the Alter Ego lineup. But yeah, I'm on the boat of just play it safe, man. Just go to the blue.
Yeah, it's easier to keep it simple on blue because you're not weighed down by the forced flex on red 5. You're not given the choice to make the mistake, which I don't want to call what they did in game 1 a mistake, but a loss is a loss. So that counts as a mistake.
Yeah, it's the age-old kiss. Keep it simple, sayang. That's all you gotta do, Liquid.
It's simple, Saya. All right, love it. Well, if they do get into the blue side, though, you will have to think of a different priority here. You might just go for the Claude, obviously, but in that scenario, I think the Freya should just be banned.
That's what we're saying. Game 1, we mentioned pre-draft. By banning the Freya, you get so much in return. If they were going to go blue, they could still win. Ban out the Fanny, ban out the Grok, threaten the Zushin trade, and ban the Freya. They didn't do it!
Oh, Freya Esmeralda is...
They're going to run it back!
This is so good because this also prevents Hilda from Team Liquid, but immediately that's Lo Yi, as well as the Predator. Team Liquid bring out the pieces of the Exodia, and now you know that they are in it now. They're now locked in.
Yeah, they ain't effing around, bro. They are honest with it. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring back Liquid Prime. You get the Chef on the Lo Yi, you get Carl Tizzy on the Fredrin, and back then it was Benny Cutie. Now, of course, it's Oheb. You get the Claudin.
Yep. Now I think you will now go for your Kalea. It's still open? Yeah, it's still open. However, because it's the Lo Yi, they might just go for a Cho instead, so there's some isolation.
Yeah.
But I do feel like this will be
They call me a hero
initiate.
because I saved my
Maybe
nation
Shin
from
against
falling
the Lo
apart.
Yi, maybe because of the vision that you get from it.
I think they might also be thinking about that. They might end up having to fight front to back, sadly, up against a Lo Yi. But the Mountain Shocker has always shown up its value when it comes to those kind of playstyles.
Yeah. And now the Kalea will be banned by Coach RC. Maybe actually the Farsa is next on the down.
Yep. And here's the thing. AE doesn't have to ban the Uranus. They can pick it. Oh, no, they can't. So they have to ban the Uranus now.
They actually can.
Before we came up with the Apex Predator, there was a time where we were floating the idea of calling Sanford the human calculator because of this fact. He used to compete in math quiz bees for nearly 5 years.
Oh.
So he's good with his X's and Y's.
Big maths.
Big maths.
Big maths.
I'll be surprised. Yeah, it is indeed the Farsa. That's what I actually am predicting here for Team Liquid. And now it makes so much sense because Alter Ego will not have that much of a good hero against this Lo Yi. But they have not faced Lo Yi, however, though. So they might just go for, oh, there's the Cho that I also mentioned earlier. Maybe they would go Zetian actually as their last pick.
Yeah. Cho Zetian clear up the minion wave really well, and you have to be on point with your management lest you suddenly lose the next 3 to 4 minion waves.
It's typically Hylas here for Team Liquid, and then they may toss it out with an Arlet. That Arlet will be...
But the Arlet's banned.
It's banned, so they might just go for a For probably Lapu-Lapu.
Laps, yeah.
Against an Esme though in lane, I'm not a big fan of it. They might just double down in either the Uranus or a Glue at that point.
Yeah, I would rather the glue. Oh!
Alice.
If you're Uranus, then you just hunker down on the Esme Uranus matchup.
Yeah.
But you're good against the East and Shin.
Yeah. Or there's no Khalid. What else good JP? They just died. The chip, obviously.
Oh my god. Yeah, they aren't messing around. They're going, this is season 13 Liquid.
What are the odds that Alter Ego goes for the Fire Mist now, especially because it's Loyi plus the chip?
Actually, I'm not gonna knock that, but it's up against a Cloud. You take away the Nether Realm so quick.
Maybe you just go for... Maybe... Oh, no, not the Loyi, not the Lilia, actually. Valentina, perhaps? For Alter Ego?
Yeah, that makes a bit... Well, I think we just go for the Zetya, and I wouldn't mind it. If you're front to back, then yeah, maybe they might lean into the Kimmy as well, but that's so much attack, continuous damage. They need hard burst, I feel like.
Yep. And you're so vulnerable as the Kimmy.
Selena? No, it's going to be lagging against the Yuzong, Fred. Even though you want to keep tabs on the chip, it's not the way to do it.
Something different. And
Time to go to the RT show.
it's a
Lilia, okay. I mean, classic front to back. That is the answer to go for. I think the Lilia and Cho actually rounded it out really well. That leans in a little bit more towards the Alter Ego play style.
It also, however, I would say that this Loyi and chip, I have never seen it lose.
Yeah.
Gotta say, so that really makes me scared for Alter Ego in this game number 2.
Liquid may have found out something about Alter Ego in their preparation. They keep attacking mid, and they force him on the Kagura game 1. Hijume now is forced to play the Lilia. I don't know if it'll survive against the onslaught of the Liquid Stampede.
Liquid has to win this game, I gotta admit. If they bring out this kind of lineup, this is them saying, we want to take control of the series, the momentum. And if they lose this, I don't know if they can recover with this Indonesian crowd as Alter Ego look to challenge the Golden Road. Game number 2, who do you think is going to win, a Liquid or Alter Ego? Type it off in the chat as Naisu Trexen bringing to call the action.
All troops
To take control of the series, you got to start here in game 2, taking control of the map, I feel like, with this composition from TL. We'll see if Alter Ego can do what they did in game 1, where they started strong and they carried on throughout the game.
You know, on paper, I do honestly really like Alter Ego's draft. Team Liquid, they have the wild card picks though. You have teleportation.
Yeah.
You have the power of movement. You have the power of surprise. Alter Ego does have answers. The Lilia, we haven't. I think this is our first. Is this our first see of it so far from Swiss to now?
We've seen it. Yep. We've seen the Lily a couple times actually.
Answers well to Carl Teasy.
Yep.
The beautiful answer to Carl Teasy.
Yeah.
You have the Cho, which is a great answer to Sanji on the Lu Yi. Overall, Alter Ego does have good answers around the map.
Yeah. Oh, JP though, going for the engage, forced to flicker out. I sort of agree, but I'd also want to trust
Have
somehow in Liquid and their objective capabilities, because this is a utility jungler that we're talking about in the hands of Carl TZ, one of his specialties even. And it's not just that, they have more than just 1 or 2 ways to take control of the map. This is the Luyi Claude that we're talking about, so worst comes to worst, at least they have that long-range BMI to work with.
Again, this is Sanford on the Yuzhong, very different from the Khalid that we saw him in game 1, but even so, Arfi, again, he's undefeated on this Freya. Had a great game in the last one. Hijume bringing out the Lilia, I think, is going to be kind of annoying to deal with, especially because of the way the poke works and the ability to potentially cause enough damage within a team fight, especially depending on how Hijume builds this out, that it gives them this kind of fighting prowess against the macro level of this. Arfi could be in trouble. Is he going to go 1v2? No, he's fine enough with that Valkyrie form.
You know, if I'm thinking of win cons for Team Liquid, we need to see Sanford be aggressive in this early phase. He's the major damage dealer. Carl TZ needs to be able to get these objectives. Look at the damage!
Called it, but Carl TZ doesn't survive that. Sanford picks up the kill on Yazuke though, but he does get traded out. So all that to lose Carl.
Yeah, you lose Carl. No one commits to the turtle just yet. They might go ahead and grab it once Yasuke gets back there, but still, Carl's here now too, so I think they want to give it a round 2.
Okay, and now it's Nino who they look to target. will walk safely under the turret and get to dodge the combo from Sanji. Now they set up for the turtle objective. Alec trying to disrupt them just a bit. JP2 going for the zone. There's the stun, but the way of the dragon is used onto him. Hijube going for the burst, but this is enough time for Liquid to take the turtle.
But Yasuke is not even looking for the turtle. He's down bot. A quick diversion, though, to make sure that he can't steal this orange. Alter Ego Esports, I think in the end of that, it's a pretty fair trade overall. No big buffs were stolen from Team Liquid. If Alter Ego is able to take that orange, I would give it into their favor.
Yep.
It's a jungler for jungler. Sanford does take a death, though, and that injures this bridge that is supposed to help Team Liquid carry themselves into the mid.
Okay, does he get to clear this wave? Mountain Shocker, doesn't get to survive that, but JP though going in with the shortcut brings in everyone from Liquid. That's the Appraiser's wrap latching onto Nino as well, but the counter falling Star Moon still gets stunned, and that's gonna be a 1-for-2.
As we've seen for our XP laners, hold on, Oheb.
Oheb gets knocked up, does have the BMI, will reposition. Hijube was there though. Fortunately, Carl saving him there.
Great skill there from Oheb to stay alive, but again, Sanford's going to deal. He's going to be the punching bag. Like I've said throughout the Swiss and knockouts, your XP laners get beat up, man, and that's just how it's going to be, and then they can adjust from there. Now, taking a look at the items, again, Alter Ego still playing the same way. They're still working in their first items across the board for both teams here, but it's more so answering that ability that if Alter Ego chooses to pick a lane, go for a gank, get a kill, they always have to be conscious of the shortcut. Not just that, but the diversion too, because those are such two big, powerful ultimates that are in the sleeves of Team Liquid.
DHS is locked in for Oheb, and normally, what we saw last game, it took a bit longer for Oheb to get involved, but because of the shortcut, he's able to join these fights instantly, and it's going to be one of the things that gives Team Liquid a nice advantage coming into some of these fights.
Okay, 10 seconds away from this turtle. They might decide to just go ahead and full-on fight it. Arfi and Oheb, they've been at it just like we expected. Arfi, handling his own there, but you can see the rotation and the setup is getting in place.
Yeah.
Yasuke has done a great job at controlling a lot of the objectives and in their games as Alter Ego, and that's something that we have to see here from Carl T's, and again, why I think he's opted to go back to that. Let me pick utility pick. So Sanji.
Sanji doesn't get to touch that. He gets bursted down. Without him, this is a huge go signal for Alter Ego to just go and commit to the turtle.
I was just about to say, I don't know if Alter Ego wants to commit to this turtle with Yasuke already down 2. It's a tough fight for them, and even now, even without Sanji, it's dangerous, right?
Nope.
But that's a huge win before the turtle to at least... Whoa!
Wait, Tanford will try to go for the assassinate. Yasuke still survives! But that's gonna be enough time for Carl TZ to actually take the turtle. JP flickering in to finish off the kill! And now, it's all members of Liquid fighting, blazing to it, committed by Oheb, gets cancelled by the knockup from the Way of the Dragon, though Nino will be taking him down. There is gonna be the chase from Alter Ego, though, gets stopped by Sanji still. He's trying to go for the kill. Carl TZ shutting down Alec, and they'll still try to chase for Sanford, but he's still gonna be alive! Energy eruption of Razor's Wrath, and it's a double for Carl!
Alter Ego, actually, they almost win that fight for a second there, but wait a second, big diversion coming in.
They still want to go? Another fight! Brewing up top! They land the stun, but it's gonna be under the turret, might just convert into a kill for Yasuke, and that's what's gonna happen!
TL, I think they should have backed off. They decided to go, and you gotta remember, this is the Flying Clouds map, so even if you get some kills, those members coming back up will be back to the fight so quickly, so they end up having a death here. And that's an adjustment that needs to be made, but Alter Ego Esports, again, with everything that's happened, will continue to go ahead and scale up. Now the problem being, yes, Oheb doing a pretty good job at being able to farm. Arfi is doing the same, so eventually, when we get to that point in the game, these gold laners are going to be so important for their team fights here.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's actually balancing it out despite all the energy shields earlier being taken by Arfi, and his turret also being slightly damaged too.
I gotta say, yesterday we were talking about teams bringing out the worst in each other, and I feel like these two teams right now are bringing out the worst in each other. From overextension from Alter Ego to overextension from Team Liquid. They are real. I mean, this whole game 2 is on tilt right now. Everyone is on tilt right now, and this is not just for a win. This is, this is for ego right here.
It's so important to untilt.
This is a whole lot at stake, basically, in this, and I think with the way that TL was kind of handled by Alter Ego Esports in Game 1, they definitely want to come out with this lineup and make it work, but so far you can't call it anyone's game just yet. Alec, well, not the kick he was looking for.
Not the right combo too, but they take down that tier 1 turret though, even though they didn't actually find the Falling Star Moon also. Tlph though makes his way to the turtle. OM getting bursted by Hijume, already using the black shoes. Black Dragon form by Sanford onto Yazuke under the turret, diving in there, finally picks up the kill.
Oh man, they're still going.
The Hunters on the prowl. Arfi able to take out Sanford though. It's a 1-for-1 as Alec with the re-engage.
Okay, that's the Appraiser's draft. Nino still flickering in, trying to go for the chase on JP. The Sanji out the combo will not make it in time. That's 2 for 1.
Time after time, blow after blow. It's just not stopping at this point, but once again, just like game 1, Alter Ego seems to win out on the trades. They get the mid-tier 3. They lose Yazuke, but they find Sanford plus JP on top of it.
I love how after all that, both gold laners just swap sides, but they are going to get pressure for this tier 1. Oheb.
All 3 ascent.
No flicker from Alex still, but Arfi are...
No guns here.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's our tower. Back up.
Oh my god.
Kick to the face.
Hey, you know, again, at this point, this is exactly what Alter Ego has to do. Whoa, diversion?
Oh.
They actually gonna follow through?
Oh, they find Hijume! Energy! Another stun from JP, now doesn't have the black shoes, and OM will finally take him down!
That was the wrong bush to walk into.
Hey, I don't think Black Shoes is gonna help you with that, you know, and everybody shows up through the shortcut. So, this is the thing they have to keep in mind. As the game transitions, and Alter Ego controls, you know, portions of the game, at some point the map is open, and you have to keep your head on a constant swivel, basically, if you're Alter Ego. Because at any point, it's either the diversion or the shortcut. And it almost gets to this point where it's just a whole lot like this.
That's the shortcut dodge by Arfi. Such great mechanics you're seeing from this player. Still get the tier 1 turret though, but the combo from Sanji actually stuns so many. Sanford going in for the backlines, but so is Nino. Arfi going down. Now it's Hijume next. Yazuke all alone together with Alec. Do they still want to fight this? It's Carl and Sanford, but without the Black Dragon form, they might just try and attempt. But the other members of Liquid, they're gonna come and join. Now it might just be a wipeout in favor of Liquid!
Team Liquid Philippines got in the paint with Alter Ego Esports. And this time they had a team fight that could last. They could disengage, re-engage, get back in it, and throughout about a minute there, we didn't know which way it was going, but all it took was one final diversion to turn the table.
And that's my point, Trex. You don't know which way they're coming from. That's exactly what happened to Alter Ego Esports. There's too many possibilities for TL to show up, and now they're trying to hold down the mid lane.
And Tlph literally holding down everyone who attempts to try and fight against his team.
Can I just say, too, the adjustments that Sanford made here. Again, he got beat up in the early game. Now he's this threat. He's exactly what you expect the XP laners to do. Nino as well on the Esmeralda is capable of doing the same thing, but the way the team fights are happening is the threat of the Black Dragon form with the Petrify here. Whoa, Nino already burning the Flicker, by the way. So he's not going to have that. Meanwhile, Lord is making its way up top. You have the rest of TL down here on the bottom. And so they are just taking real estate around the map here.
Oh, they spot JP there. And all, or at least the shortcut is available. So I guess that's what Alter Ego is really trying to be careful about. They come in on JP though.
One of the things that kept Sanford in this game, yes, he takes 2 or 3 deaths in the early game. Yazuke also takes 2 or 3 deaths in the early game. So Sanford knows his target. He knows the person that I can still bully even though I'm behind. And he's the one who's been claiming almost all of these deaths on Yazuke. A lot of damage though.
That's a Petrify on Nino.
Why was Nino there when his Flicker was down? I mean, he used it earlier. He knew that he could potentially get set up there. There wasn't much room for him to move, and he knows there's a Petrify across from it. A lot of crowd control that can stop him in his tracks. Again, you can't just rely on fall.
Oh! A Flicker from JP and the Black Dragon form. Now everyone's just getting dived by Liquid. OM trying to finish off the kill on Hijume. Still has the black shoes though, but they'll now focus on the mid-base turret. They still will decide to work on the other remaining turrets for now. They're taking things one step at a time.
Nino does finally come up. Can they clear the minions?
Tlph going in. Look at the burst coming in from Liquid. They will get to deal with this minion for now, but there are multiple waves still coming from the mid and the top lane. Nino back again in the game. They will try to focus on him for just a bit more, but now it's Liquid just focusing on what's needed. The base is in. Okay. Everything was so fast.
That's game 2. Done and dusted. Just like in game 1 when you thought, man, is this going to end? Well, this time TL's like, hey, we're going to end it here. We're not going to leave any second guesses. And I'll tell you what, they came out with a lineup that was meant for a certain purpose, and that's just to kind of keep you guessing. Where are we going to show up? Where's the cavalry going to come through? And Alter Ego now, I feel like, has to consider that potentially happening again. The Chip, the Luyi, those marquee picks that we see from TL before are still a problem even now.
Team Liquid had a point to prove in that game. They definitely did, showing that, listen, we can brawl with you, and this time we'll win it out. And they build a composition that's ready to brawl, that can go the distance in all of these fights, and then they just execute it so perfectly.
And remember how fast they locked in the Luyi and the Fredrin during the draft. It's like they didn't even need to think about it, regardless of whatever Alter Ego decided to go for their first 2 picks in red. It was just such a decisive call for Liquid to stick with, I guess, what's really comfortable for them and what really is tested and proven for this team.
This was definitely comfort for TL, as we've seen before. We're going to have to go ahead and have our panel break down this game too.
That reminded me a little bit from a book I grew up with, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Habit number 6, synergies. Fredrin, Luyi, Yuzhong, Claude, Chip. Talk about a synergistic lineup from Team Liquid. That's a signature. They needed to win this, and they won it.
And we see the speed of when they picked it up. It was instantly go for the Luyi, go for the Fredrin, go for the Yuzhong last pick. They knew exactly what they wanted to do in this particular scenario. They read through the draft, and this have worked before so many times. In fact, Luyi and Chip is such a scary combo for someone to give Team Liquid.
You literally folded the map in half twice. Not to mention you're playing on flying clouds. So this allows for Liquid to, again, play a little loose, play a little fast, and they got punished very little because in addition to them getting to be able to join fights much faster after deaths, which they suffered here, they were able to go back and then rejoin. In addition to their very, very powerful draft and, again, simple and very in identity selection of heroes, they also played very clearly. They had purpose. What purpose was that? Ruin Yasuke's day, make sure Nino could not call the shots, even if Sanford was leaving the lane often, and give Carltese all of the major objectives. And they got all they wanted here in game number 2.
What this also reminds me of is a quote from Innocent himself. Has been playing so well, and I think that what he mentioned was, even after defeating a Team Liquid, he said, when you're fighting up against Team Liquid, you cannot have a second where you're not thinking. And this is the exact exponential enlargement of that kind of concept. When you're playing up against Team Liquid, especially when they're playing Luyi and Chip, you just can't stop thinking. You have to look over your shoulder every time. You have to develop like rear cameras.
Okay, since everybody's playing a quote, I will quote a Japanese proverb that has no real source. Mushin no shin, mind without mind. It seemed like Liquid was playing without minding what would happen and not thinking about what happened in game 1. This was them just in a state of flow. And it's impressive to watch them do this way.
Yeah, let me quote Leo in one of his stories. Andito na ako, I'm right here. That was the lineup of Liquid. It seemed like Alter Ego always had to fight 2 rounds. One with the Chip and Yuzhong, another with the Luyi with the late entry of the ultimate. Sanford gets the MVP because his dragon was definitely felt.
The ultimate Andito na ako hero is actually the Fredrin. You thought you killed the frontliner, but he hits you with the Appraiser's Wrath, gets about, half his HP back, and you're like, I thought we were done with the 2 rounds. What is this, a 2.5 round?
Yeah. Is it ako dising? Is that even correct? Is that even grammatically correct?
I don't have an Indonesian on this.
I wish we needed an Indonesian in the desk to help us translate.
But one thing that I do want to comment here is the fact that Alter Ego actually showed us promising rotations in the early stages. However, we can see that there was such a big recovery coming out from Team Liquid. It's off of them just having these tasks. For example, Sanford, all he has to do during the team fights is to get in front in the face of the Yisun Jin, and even if he drops himself afterwards, it's gonna be fine. Kartizi is just minding his own business, taking that turtle, and then eventually you can see the Loyi and Chip swapping between their teleports so that they can get into the fight, out of the fight, and also from left to right, they're just covering so much bases. And something will happen here where they thought like, okay, we don't want this fight anymore, we will give up Nino and then go to the other side, then look for a proper placement on their pieces.
There's the unexpected round 2. I thought we killed him!
Yeah. Man, game number 1 from Alter Ego was definitely annoying to deal with if you're Liquid because of how honest their cutting was, and it's like, how do we stop this, man? There's nothing we can do. Meanwhile, game number 2 was annoying for Alter Ego in the sense of where they coming from, man. It felt like being on a horror movie for Alter Ego because you did not expect where the members of Liquid would suddenly be appearing. Either it's the Chip, either it's the old Loyi. The two most honest things are the Black Dragon form and the Fredrin with a hand in his pocket coming up right in your face.
This draft coming out from Alter Ego looked really promising when it started. It was
Yes,
Israel that
definitely.
with the Freya. Really like that, but I do think that the third pick is where they kind of messed up a little bit because they had a chance to get either the Farsa as well as the Zilda, which we also talked about when we were talking about the draft, and they would have wished they have the Farsa in this game. As much as the Lilia is good in some of the parts of this game, especially against the Fredrin, you really feel that there's lack of range coming out from Alter Ego, and that's the reason why Team Liquid were able to just run them down. Surely when you get into the zone where Lilia can just burst the heroes, it kind of felt like they didn't have enough time, and then this Yisun chain failed horribly because it was duly punished by Team Liquid.
I hate to say this too soon, but I think RC and Tick have done it again. They figured out what buttons to press from their opponents and what they can afford to ban out and what they can allow to give, like Arfi's Freya, who's now at 1 loss, 3-1. Yeah, Oheb got his first Claude loss in game 1, so now the scales have shifted.
Yeah.
I'd like to think Liquid is onto something. Because look, I'm looking back at the draft. Guess who didn't ban the Leomord? It was open too!
Oh, yeah, you're
And
right.
They forced...
Right.
Yeah, so they're giving Alter Ego here a lot of comfort picks, and Liquid just ran through them.
I get what you mean. This is a trait that a team like Team Liquid has in a series, in a long series, in a best of 5, where they will lose one game, eventually they will figure out something, and then the snap of a finger, they regain control of the draft momentum. Because now, I'm pretty sure the Loyi will always be looming over the heads of the drafters of Alter Ego.
And this will allow so many other picks.
Exactly. So yeah, I do get what you mean. It's like RC and TikTok, they have figured out something, and then now they implement it. All of a sudden, there's another layer of draft battle that's going to happen in the future.
I love drafting, man. I love it when you can clearly see some themes coming up, some surprises, and it's always just a treat to see, especially since we talked about the leaderboard at the beginning and we thought it would be more impactful in terms of determining this draft, but so far it's been forgotten by these two teams. It hasn't been banned or it hasn't been picked. But Alter Ego definitely brings that same kind of energy that Team Liquid does in a way in MPL Indonesia Season 16 in their playoffs run. That's what made them reach all the way to the grand finals. Their surprises. If Liquid has read something, I'm sure Alter Ego has read something too. Fire off in the comment section wherever you're watching what you think about the drafts, any predictions for your own picks, and let us know. We're going to be going off in an interview in just a bit, so for that, we just want to say thank you for spending your time with us here. Me and Leo Wolf, we've just been greatly enjoying this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the drafts will have in store for us. But now we're going to have to take a quick breather as the series is now at 1-1. It is a best of 5, so we're going to hear from our friends down at the stage. All right, see you in a bit.
Thank you so much, casters. It's Eterna here at front of the stage, and right now I'm joined with the MLBB Rising Open Season 2 and Season 3 top 8 players. Halo semuanya, selamat datang. Welcome, welcome. Sebelum kita mulai, we want you guys to introduce yourselves first. So let's start with you.
Hello, my name is Ray.
Hello, Ray.
I'm currently playing gold lane. That's what I love the most.
Okay, so gold laner. What about your friend on the side?
Nama saya Hamdan. Saya main mid lane.
Hamdan, mid laner. All right. Do you have a mic? Okay, you don't have a mic. It's okay. We can share a mic. So, what's your name and what's your role?
My name is Akmal and role jungle and gold.
Jungle and gold. What about you?
Hello, my name is Vincent. My role is roamer.
Roamer. Okay, Vincent Roamer. What about you?
Hello, my name is Brian. I play jungle.
Jungle. All right, so we have two junglers here. So does that mean you guys are from a different team? Apakah berarti kalian dari tim yang berbeda?
Yes.
Okay, different team. Now, first question. We're looking at the MRO. And it looks like to get to top 8, you'll have to go through several rounds. So how many rounds did you have to go through in order to get top 8?
Okay, I'm assuming this is from start to finish, right?
Yes.
So my estimate calculation is around 33 until 36, depending on where you start.
Wait, so 36 rounds, does that mean 36 matches?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're starting from the very first beginning, then yes, it's going to be around 36 until you reach to top 8.
Wow, 36. That's a lot of matches, guys, to make it to top 8. That's one grand, I would say, prestige for you to get to that point. So I'm gonna ask you now, do you think that this is a good platform, I would say, for you to maybe feel out what it's like to go competitive, maybe in the pro scene? Mau nggak? Ini ngerasanya ini sebagai platform yang cukup bagus nggak untuk mungkin kalian bisa consider untuk menjadi pro player?
Bisa sih ditambahkan dari setiap per match-nya itu sama kayak kita turnamen besar gini, dimana kita ada nanti lawan satu tim lagi, terus-terusan sampai kita dikumpulin nyampe dapat beberapa tim. Nah di situ nanti kita dikumpulin lagi yang buat nyampe 8 besarnya. Habis itu kita dites buat untuk masuk ke pro scene.
Okay, so they have to go through so many steps in order to make it to top 8. So he thinks it's a good reflective of how the system actually works in a grand scale tournament, like we're looking at here at M7. But the crowd is currently absolutely huge. Now, we want to know, because you guys usually play online. So how does it feel to come here at M7 and witness an offline tournament?
The feeling is very, very different. If you're maybe just watching from home, you're probably like, it's just another like day, you know. But when you come here to Jakarta, the vibe is different. The dynamic is amazing. Everyone is cheering for their favorite team. So it's a very rare opportunity to see it here.
All right, so the vibe is different. Everything is different when it's offline. Do you think you guys can be prepared if you had to perform on a stage like this? Kamu siap nggak? Tapi kalau misalkan di suatu hari kamu harus main di panggung sebesar ini.
Mungkin siap gak siap harus disiapin.
Ready or not, they have to be ready. All right. Final question before we head into the next game. We're looking at a 1-to-1. Is there a specific team that you guys are supporting?
Okay, personally, I would cheer on Alter Ego just because we're hoping to bring our trophy back to Indonesia.
Hoping to bring the trophy back. What about you? Who are you supporting? Kamu support tim siapa? Tim apa?
Dukung King AE.
Wow.
Nah, karena situ ada idola saya yaitu Hijumeng.
Hijume, idolanya Hijume is his idol. Okay, we're gonna see over here. Who are you supporting, and maybe do you have an idol that you're seeing here in M7?
Tim saya mungkin AE. Mungkin Hero di player favorit ada RP sama Oheb dua-duanya.
Oheb as well as RP are his idols, but he's here to support Alter Ego. What about you?
Kalau menurut saya sendiri, saya sih mending mendukung tim sendiri ya, dari Indonesia. Kalau buat player, saya mengidolakan Nino.
Nino, XP Lane. Alright, last?
Kalau sekarang sih saya dukung tim AE sih. Kalau player yang saya agumi sekarang,
Carl TZ. So despite them all going for Alter Ego today, it looks like they have idols in Tlph, and man, are they performing. What a comeback in game number 2. But ladies and gentlemen, it looks like it's time to head over into the third game. Who will it be? Will Alter Ego take this one? Or will it be the momentum of the cavalry? We're throwing it over back to the panel.
Imagine that. You play MRO, you play a lot of Mobile Legends Bang Bang, you succeed, you get championships, and what happens? You get to share the floor of the M7 stage with Eterna. This is why you have to play Mobile Legends Bang Bang whenever you can.
That's a dream come true.
Dream come true?
I could only hope to do that.
Yep.
Like, play with Eterna, some of the Mobile Legends games out there.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, she actually plays so well. I recently had the pleasure of playing with her and Naisu. And I gotta say, Eterna carried us that game. Those games.
Yeah. She's a great mid laner. Plays the juice in really well.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited to do this because the last time in Indonesia, I did something that went well with a very specific crowd. We're going to thank some friends now because we need a can of Red Bull to prep for coming up next. We got the next draft coming up. So, gentlemen, if you can, please join me. Let's, we need some wings. Remember, Red Bull gives y'all wings, all right? I need to catch my breath from everything. So, Indonesia, Red Bull, this is for you.
Oh, he's chugging.
Oh, he's chugging.
He's chugging. He's going all the way. Gives you wings.
W's in the chat, yeah.
Gives you wings. Red Bull.
An applause.
And now I'm ready to cast. Woo! Let's talk about Fairy Games. It is the app to create and host a room to play MLBB 1v1 online with your friends, colleagues, and esports club members. Stand a chance to win M7 Tribute Rings, MLBB Diamonds. Wait, my mouth is really moist. A new MLBB skins. Download the Fairy Games app now and register your MLBB ID to start playing for free until January 25th. You guys need to take over for these peels because dang. Woo!
If anyone looking for a free skin, you can get one just by logging in for 13 days between January 9th and the 31st. Server time, by the way, to unlock Edith's Verdant Night skin. It's completely free, and that's easy. All you gotta do is, again, log in, don't miss out.
Yeah, and who doesn't love free stuff, right? The Ganon Catch's electrifying Solar Spark skin is free when you hit level 45 on the M7 pass. Keep leveling up and claim your rewards.
That's a Gata. Oh yeah, that is it. The Gata Kacha pose. It's like that.
Fist. There you go.
There we go. There.
All right.
Cool. All right. Lots of goodies in the game, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of goodies heading toward our way in the draft as well. So last night, Liquid went blue, and I feel like despite the Alter Ego draft actually answering the Liquid draft very well, I think they didn't account for what if Liquid just kept teleporting on us. Because that Lilia pickup is for front to back. Yep. And of course the black shoes, it's going to help and save you. But I think they didn't take into account just how aggressive Liquid will be with their teleportations.
And I think that with the last pick, Lilia, they just didn't have much choice. Like I said, we floated the idea of the Faramis, which was the answer before against these teleportation type of heroes. They can also think about the Farsa, which is unfortunately banned out by the side of our team Liquid. It's more of we have no choice in this matchup, let's just pick this up. Luckily, though, there are many other choices. They can go for the Selena, which was an answer to the Loyi as well as a chip before. They can also even go for the Novaria, which is a late-game option to answer that one. However, I feel like it's much better to just ban the Loyi in that scenario.
Yeah. By banning the Loyi, you kind of take away the whole spatial folding problem that you have. But again, when you do that, what's left open for Liquid to pick up? The Zushin, the Sora, which in my opinion, OHEB's been getting better at. Not to mention, you open up the EXP lane if you decide to ban those two things and open up the Arlot. It's scary.
What's the term that they use in sci-fi movies where it's like a hyperspace travel? Like ultra speed or something?
FTL.
Wormholes.
No.
Faster than light.
Warp travel.
When you speed up your machine, your vehicle, it's like hyperspace and like so very, very fast?
Yeah, it's like
whatever that is.
Faster than light travel. That's what it's really called. Don't doubt me, I watch a lot of sci-fi, bro.
I'm fine with that.
What? Okay, if you find out what you had in your mind, the word was, let us know later. There's the redeem code 5BPCA2WJL.
Oh, now I remember. It's called Warp Speed.
Warp Speed.
Okay, no, yeah.
So that is the Warp Speed version of the Echo of the Liquid Express, of the Liquid Stamp.
Yeah, it was science fiction with a mix of fantasy because Loyi is more magic than she is technology. Log into the game, input the code, and enjoy a random skin trial card. If you missed that code, make sure you get back to it. I'm pretty sure y'all can hear the drums of the Alter Ego fans, but there are Indonesian fans as well in the arena supporting Team Liquid, of course, having their own local version of Team Liquid as well. Last time we saw them on the world stage, they were in the grand finals of the M6 World Championship in Malaysia. So, it seems like one of the suggestions here from Leo for Alter Ego is, should you ban straight up the low E, just never give it Liquid and don't give them the option to pick up the low E.
Yeah, maybe just open up the Sora and then have Nino be prepared to play the Valentina. That'll shake up even Liquid's patterns.
Okay. We're heading into the draft, and let's see who's going to end up in which side. So far, blue side has one Fizz, and in expanding Rivers, you have to go fast. Two teams who have very clear identities towards the early game and aggression. And look at that, Fredrin, Baksha, Arlot, all taken away by Alter Ego.
Oh, I wonder if, yeah, this could be a Jushin trade that Alter Ego is willing to put their hands on. But if the Jushin will be bad, they will first pick Eve, I feel like now. So it's Jushin and Eve, that's the trade. What will Alter Ego pick? It's going to be the Jushin. Now Team Liquid don't necessarily have to pick up the Eve, they can go for Luyi instead.
Yep.
But without the Fredrin, they might think otherwise. However, Baksha is still open, which is also a good pickup against this hero.
Banned already by Alter Ego.
Alright.
At this point, if you want to run it hella back, then you go what? Akai?
Yeah.
But no, Team Liquid, they might lean towards more either the Yi Sun-shin or the Lancelot.
Yep.
In terms of their priorities in the jungle right now.
Or Eve Claude is typically the opening for this kind of matchup. However, that opens up a scary Fredrin, Leomord Freya.
Yeah.
Or the Freya Mord for Alter Ego.
Talking about Mords, Carl Dizzy has yet to pick up one of the hottest picks in M7, the Leomord.
Yep.
Imagine how scary that would be!
Carl Dizzy gets the Leomord. Oh my god, it's Liquid on a horse, and they're gonna have two horses, bro. They're gonna get the high. Oh wait, no, they're not gonna get the high loss.
The prophet of the Stampede.
Finally, now, Alter Ego, do they have an answer for this? And just go back to the Freya if they want to. Take it away from Team Liquid at the same time. Open this draft up for success. They can go for the Sora as well. But the Esmeralda is also a tempting hero to take up in this scenario.
Oh!
They will go Guinevere in the club. The Guinevere, what we found out in M7 is that this is the answer to the Leomord.
Yeah.
Now, you don't necessarily want to go Eve here if you're Team Liquid. The Luyi is still open.
For sure. I think you just go for the low Yi, or even if you want to, you pick up the Kimi or the Farsa, just not the Eve here. You're gonna need a little bit more mobility. You can't be too static if you're Liquid.
Yes. And also go for immediately now the Yuzhong so that you have some dive. But with the Leomord, you are expected to pick up somewhere else of an Esmeralda actually.
Fortunately, all of these are open.
Yeah, I think it's just, oh, they still go for the Eve despite having 3 heroes that might make it difficult for the Eve. I mean, 2 heroes. That's the Guinevere as well as the Claude.
But the Claude didn't have to worry about yet.
Yeah.
The Guinevere can get you like as soon as you try to join these fights, but I think they're willing to play the early game out like that.
Yeah. I think there's something that Liquid could set up for in the gold lane. If Alter Ego don't see it, they could go Harith. You get the Harith and the Eve together, you have the Leomord charging forward. It's another version of the Liquid Stampede in a sense. I don't want to see them try to go static here. Usually we've seen Harith does really well against Claude, depending on the players. There are players who can make that matchup lean one way or the other.
There's also that Freya though.
And the gentlemen, let's not count out the fact that this might not even be a jungle Guinevere. Alec has played Rome Guinevere. I mean, to very little success, I'll tell you that, but it's possible.
It was possible.
Yeah, so they could be flexing on us on blue.
I mean, also they banned out the Esmeralda. I think they are setting up for the Harith here.
Yeah. There's that Freya as well, but I think the Harith just makes a lot of sense. When you're just looking at the bans.
And then they can go...
Oh, that's the ban.
Oh, man. I was going to say, if that didn't go through, Liquid can go pick Phoveus and then play the Harith, but yeah, good read by Coach Sepher.
Really good. But I think you pick up the OHIP hero now.
Yeah.
Ranger and Freya, the 2 heroes that I'm looking at here for Team Liquid. Benefit of... Oh, actually, you kind of need a Purify hero here if you are...
Yes. Yeah, with the Jushin and the Guinevere together, Purify is going to be a must. If it's anything with a Flicker or even a Vengeance, that's going to be such a tough task for OHEB to make whatever gold lane pick is going to end up with work.
Experience the youth.
That is the Granger. Safe pick here for Team Liquid. Alter Ego can pick up the Gatot Kachang, which is typical combo with this Versus the Hilda in many ways, but you can also go for the Khalid.
Yeah, I will admit, I think we are already seeing our roam in the Guinevere. I think it's the jungle and EXP we have yet to see. The Esme was a good bat. I think Arlon would be a good block to this, but then you still have to consider... Oh no, Arlon, they banned the Arlon.
Khalid and the Yuzhong.
So they get the Yuzhong.
Oh, it is a jungle Guinevere.
Interesting.
They want to dive that Eve, they want to dive that Granger.
I think this is the part where you go for a CC for Team Liquid.
Yeah.
Where Vengeance will be great.
Yep.
There's also an angle where they can go for the Alice if they really want to make this Leo more than the Granger work. But I think...
I would rather invest in the XP lane.
XP lane.
You gotta make El Padre your Iho.
Yeah. CC looking good for Team Liquid.
The gods are ever shifting.
They go for the Sora.
Well, so what is the Sora into Yuzhong matchup like?
I think that the Sora sided. It's yeah, Sora is just the strongest hero in the XP lane right now. So I would wager it's Sora.
Yeah, it's a mix of that utility, the mix of that damage, it helps cover set, but we have to look at the numbers, and the numbers are heavily leaning towards Alter Ego, their lineup rating, the counter index. This might be a tough climb for Team Liquid if they do not get the early game they need through that Leomord. Leo, who are you leaning towards here?
I saw a possible switch up between the Guinevere, but Artisan and Leomord, you gotta respect that.
Wolf, Alter Ego or Liquid?
Liquid.
All right, I want to hear Nice Trex and Brigida. Who do you think won this draft?
Game 3 upon us. I'll tell you what, I like both drafts, but I will say that the draft from AE, that lineup rating, I know we always kind of give it with a grain of salt, but man, it is heavily in favor of Alter Ego. It looks like we're going to take a little bit longer to jump in to see just how these drafts end up actually doing, and that's a good time. Trex, what do you think, man? Are you leaning towards what Liquid has here? Do you like what Alter Ego brought? Do you agree with the lineup ratings?
I mean, I don't know. The lineup ratings have definitely been a little crazy with the introduction of so many different gold lane fighters, just new meta overall. But I will say this, yes, AE has some decent counters to Team Liquid's draft. The major things that I'm looking at on Team Liquid, the Leomord Hilda combo has been so vicious in the mid lane. And I don't think we're going to see a big pop-off from the side of AE until the level 4s start to connect. So if Team Liquid can maybe get that aggression from level 1 to level 3, there is some opportunity. But then you could say the same thing for the Khalid. You have two such aggressive roamers in that initial 2 minutes. It's going to be such a fight for power overall.
Honestly, this is why I guess I will be definitely looking at everyone's individual performance in this game, considering the kind of heroes that they decided to pick up. Because I know that it does require a bit more of, let's say, coordination from Alter Ego's drafts, since they have the Guinevere. But we've seen time and time again how these junglers, these top junglers who are still fighting in this tournament, have utilized this Guinevere in many ways. And it's not entirely that you're required to play for the team. You could also do things by yourself. We've seen some objective steals even that they're able to accomplish on this Guinevere by simply just a single spatial migration even, or just by using the immunes available through the Violet Requiem. So there's so much to watch out for individually among these players, and I think that's really what's going to make this fight exciting.
Well, we'll find out. We're jumping back into the game again. This is game 3 in this best-of-5 series between Alter Ego and Team Liquid. The team that wins this series will then have to face off against SRG in the lower bracket final later today, by the way. So, again, this is all an endurance test, and whoa, JP! Whoa. That's an early flicker down. That's usually what we see, right? These beginning of the games, you usually try to get some of those resources out. The gold laners have been dueling it out all day so far, and that's kind of what we expect. It's nice to see, by the way, Arfi's actually going to be on a marksman this time instead of the Freya. Not to mention, you know, he is one of the players that have done so good on the Freya, but now he's got a matchup against Oheb on the Granger here. Taking a look at the emblems, anything sticking out to you, Trex?
Nothing too major, honestly. I mean, on the side of Team Liquid, I'm always looking for those wilderness blessings, quick movement, and this is something to pull it together on Hijume as well. But instead of, I think previously yesterday we saw pull together plus the cooldown emblem.
Yeah.
This time we want a little bit more speed to be able to keep up with the Hilda. So overall, though, nothing too crazy. We do have the killing spree for Tlph.
Yep.
Get aggressive, stay aggressive, look for these big fights.
Even for Sanford, man, like he's taking the Brave Smite. It looked like he burned the Flicker because he takes the Brave Smite because he's dueling against the Yu Zhang, you know? Like, typically we have seen the Sora pick up the Concussive Blast to go and help maintain some of that lane or that push, but now he's got Brave Smite, and that's just the way that Sanford's going to have to deal with that.
Okay, it's a Petrify and a Violet Requiem. No way out of that for Sanford there as Nino takes first blood, but there's going to be a counterattack from Liquid. JP takes the kill on Yasuke. Could have went to Carl, but still.
Yasuke should have known they were coming. He checked the bush, but he checked it. I mean, he was right there by the time he checked the bush. You know, it was too late at that point.
Oh.
And everything is happening everywhere at this point.
Yeah.
Turtle's up, by the way, but both teams as...
He's trying to look for another target. Yasuke goes down next. No jungler, no retry available for Alter Ego. And JP will just keep zoning out the other members as they spot out Alec. But will they have enough damage? RP2 with the Blazing Duet. Now Alex gets stunned, but gets to finish the job on JP. Calls easy one more hit. Quick Sandguard utilized by Alec. And he gets out safely.
In a moment of, teetering back and forth, Alter Ego do at least make sure it ends off as a stalemate. But Yasuke with 2 deaths, that's the big loss here. He's level 4 to level 6 on Tlph.
Oh.
No, now in trouble.
Hands over a target to Carl, but Sanford gets outplayed by Nino.
Take a little taste of your own medicine, says Nino to Sanford, man. He's making this Yu Zhang work so well in the early game, and he's going to be a big threat because he's already 3-1 right now. The Petrifies have been on point, and they continue on. Taking a look at the items here, first items still being built up. I did think that because of the way that the OHEB decided, well, hold on, they're going to drag Sanji back.
Oh, that felt like a real world that was forced. Now there's a Phantom Steed coming in from Carl. He's going to go for the attack. Sejume forced to flicker out as well. OHEB, can he still join this? JP trying to go for the chase. That's 3 members of Alter Ego who are somewhat low, but still the knockups get to him. And now the Blazing Duet from RP. JP's now down. Sanford tries to catch up, gets the kill on Yasuke, but that's about it.
Another kill onto Yasuke. Team Liquid from game 2 to game 3 continue to bully in. And yes, Alter Ego, Nino doing a wonderful job. But Team Liquid know the game plan. Yes, we can lose in some fights, but objectives are what are going to win these games. And as long as Tlph is far ahead, it's going to give a big advantage to the side of Team Liquid here. Alter Ego Esports might worry all the time for a Guinevere jungle is if you fall behind, every time you get that Violent Requiem, you're just going to get shredded down.
Oh, the duel, the Phantom Steed, no more BMI, and OHEB with the last hit.
I'll tell you what, you can always count on the Baby Cakes duo to be there for each other. But the Turtle's up. Yasuke is going to take this advantage to try to secure it. And he's going to try to slow down Tlph. The zoning from Nino as well. Does TL just give this one up? Looks like they're going to do exactly that. So Alter Ego still doing a great job at if something is traded across the map, we will take something as well.
That actually being able to do that, being able to slow Tlph from getting that, does staunch the bleeding a lot for Alter Ego Esports. But Yasuke just deleted, and the wound is reopened.
I was going to say, Yasuke he's in a bad position, man. I don't know if you're going to be able to stop the bleeding on him right now.
Oh, not going to land the setup. And I think it's a bit too similar to what we were talking about previously about bringing out the worst in both of these teams. Hold on, RP using the Blazing Duet. Still has the BMI to get out of that, though. But going back, it's such a drastic change from Yasuke and his performance in the past 2 games.
Well, he had a bit of a difficulty in game 2, but yeah, he had a very different game 1, and I feel like TL has just made that adjustment, not just from the draft, but also the way that they rotate around the map and punish when they can, and that's one of the things you can do. Look at Tlph, he's quite a bit ahead, 1,600 gold ahead, specifically against Yasuke. So he's almost got his transition to this point where, at this point, I'm going to try to get the Retribution off, but it's more so I'm going to get the Spatial Migration and the Violent Requiem off and let the team follow through and make something happen here. That's probably the best thing that he can hope for currently.
You know, Oheb went for a very early, I mean, I think it was his first item, actually. Normally go Hunter Strike, but I saw the two gloves. It looked like he was building into the Sky Piercer. I didn't see which one went first, but he's already got the kill.
Yeah.
He has faith that his team's going to help him be hyper-aggressive here. They've gotten Arfi down. Oheb is going to become a problem if this Stampede continues.
Yeah, and I guess this is the adjustment from Liquid too, right? They changed who they want to focus on. It's going to be a bit more onto Yazuke rather than what we initially thought, because based on the drafts, it seemed like they were always able to force out Hijume on the rather unique mid laners, but now they let go of the Jusin, and it seems like they just rather fight Yazuke head on. And speaking of fights, they're gonna fight Arfi here, forcing out the flicker. The flicker from OF2, but Raging Sandstorm will prevent him from picking up the kill.
Great save there from Alec. Now Hijume makes his way up.
Oh, now they spot JP. JP still has the flicker though, but he will get knocked up first. Doesn't need to use it though. He's still gonna be okay.
Oh, that's happening though. Turtle goes over to Tlph. The gold has now breached 1,000. Nothing major, but with the way this match has been going, it does seem like a lot.
Yeah, nothing too big, but Alter Ego Esports has to be in a position where they go ahead and try to build up Arfi as much as possible. He's got to get to that Trinity. You know, usually you see that under that 10-minute mark. He is doing pretty good at farming up, but now the top play.
Alec and Hijume going in at the same time, but the Phantom Steed is there. Easy will be able to respond, but without OF, do they still want to fight this? That's going to be the flicker from Baby as well. Real world manipulation doesn't stop them from diving into the turret, but Tlph is still going for it. He wants to take down Arfi next, gets to finally finish off the kill. Could he pick up a triple? There you go. Might just be a maniac even if they allow him to. And that's going to be another flicker from Sanford, but Nino gets away.
Oh,
maybe not!
He wanted it! He didn't get the Maniac, but hey, that's a wipeout! TL are led by Tlph and Barbiel.
The Stampede is on at this point. Team Liquid go from 1,000 gold to almost 4,000 in about 45 seconds. They take that third turtle, they quickly rotate up to the top side, and Nino, he just goes too deep there. Alter Ego got a little too spread apart. They got what they came for, but Tlph showed up and changed everything in Team Liquid's hands so fast.
I can't believe we're seeing the Leomord on Carl just now, and that's a Leomord who has a 3K gold lead.
3K gold lead.
That is a lead, if I could say anything. I mean, 6-0-4 right now, and yes, Tlph just shined now, but it's been everything they're doing. Oh, Yazuke?
Yep, that's gonna be a punish onto Sanford right there. Does force out the Eagle going from behind! Alec and Nino trying to look for the team fight. Arfi too, joining with the lane do it. Tlph, does he get to make it in time? Arfi still trying to finish off the kill. No! Dexter does the job! Dexter gets to finish off the kill. Tlph now all alone. Can he still manage this? It's not gonna be possible for him anymore! Let's shut down for Hijume!
Okay, they'll wipe out TL this time!
Wipeout for wipeout. What are we beholding right now? Alter Ego fearlessly jump into it. 4,000 gold behind. Let's take a look at the replay real quick. It all starts with Yazuke. We just missed that, but Nino comes in from the side with a 3-man Petrify, and Arfi takes the risk under the tower. If he doesn't get Oheb here, the amount of timing, golly, just timings on some of these.
It's exactly what Alter Ego Esports needed to happen. And yes, Tlph, because he's so far ahead, says, I'll take a couple with me. But now the Lord is up, and that was a big turn for Alter Ego. They were facing a 4K deficit from TL earlier on, and now they're in a much better fighting position. And, you know, Yazuke having a hell of a time in the early game. He's still what I was saying before. He just needs to kind of jump in, get that spatial migration off there. Trinity just locked in a little bit late, not too bad. But again, Arfi has done a great job at adjusting to the pressure that was put in his lane.
Alter Ego still have to be so careful, though, about this Lord. Yazuke is still 3 levels below Tlph. That's a big retry gap. He's not going to be able to win the 50-50 here. They got to do something about Tlph.
Okay, Phantom Steed already used. Raging Sandstorm to catches so many people. Arfi already using the Blazing Duet. Deals so much damage to Carl and Sanford. Tlph fights skill on Alec, but on the back line, it goes down. Tlph is still alive, though, and he actually finds a triple.
TZ is taking everything, and the killing spree is doing so much of these team fights for him.
We're gonna need a replay after every single one of these fights at this point. So what happens is Alec goes for a full Raging Sandstorm into the back line, but the problem was never the back line. The problem this whole time has been Carl TZ.
Oh my god.
Oh, speaking of Carl TZ, finding another one, it's gonna be Alec. Oh, has decent damage though. Oh!
Okay, hey, he wanted to go, but that's a good amount of gold to Arfi.
Brigida's twitching over here.
Yeah, that's the turret shots too, but you know.
The turret shot like faded out, and the damage connected after
What's where
the
you
BMI
say
shot.
Needed turret. Needed help. And that's good though. Again, you have to stop this guy, right? Carl TZ just having too much freedom to roam. Yeah. Like, what do you do? Again, he did pick up some defensive items now. So he's got the brute force. He's got the wings. This is insane, man. Like, he's got Malefic Roar, a Fury Hammer, and then the War Axe. And he's doing that much damage. So the saving grace here for Alter Ego Esports is, again, Nino has had a hell of a game. He's still maintaining it. The Petrifies have been so good, and they can work on it. Also, if the stacks can build up on Hijime on this Jushin, that will really benefit them in these team fights. They should be able to clear this out fine. They just don't want to get caught into a team fight that they don't want to take here.
Oh, Yasuke.
Yasuke might get punished here, already using the Winter Crown. Sanford to deal with the other two back lines, and he forces them out just in time before the other members of Liquid arrive.
They thread the needles, dodge the shots. If Oheb connects one more of those on anyone, they're going down at this point. But Carl TZ chasing down Alec.
Oh my goodness, which is faster? Who is faster? There's the quick sandguard, gets cancelled. Oh, the Cyclone Ice somehow helps him though. Carl TZ, can he accomplish the chase? Oheb with the Death Sonata. And now it finally hits.
He bides some time though. Alter Ego Esports, you know, I said it before that last Lord fight. Yasuke still level 13. They shouldn't be taking these big objective fights. They need to look for small pickoffs, get themselves to the right gold point.
Oh, two-man setup from Sanford. And now they find the kill on RV. Yasuke 2 doesn't survive.
Man, oh man, just when you think some things are going right for Alter Ego Esports, Team Liquid says no. Now they're knocking on the base turret here in the mid lane.
Oh, there's the real world, forcing out the Crimson Beacon from Hijime. Black Dragon form coming in from Nino. They'll try to save this game, but Phantom Steed comes in just at the right moment. They have one minion inside the base, but they're gonna work on this bottom lane base turret first. Discipline for Team Liquid.
Good discipline at that. Alter Ego Esports will be able to defend. Team Liquid, though, they're going to turn this 5,000 gold lead after taking all this jungle away from Alter Esports a little bit higher. We're talking 5.5, creeping into the 6, Lord up in 10 seconds. And once again, to say it for maybe the 20th time, Yasuke is multiple levels behind Carl TZ. A 5,000 gold lead at that into the hands of Carl TZ. 14, 2, and 5 at that into the hands of Carl TZ.
And we're seeing another Wind of Nature over Winter Crown Claude.
Yeah.
For Alter Ego here, RP.
They're gonna have to rely on the team fighting here. I mean, they're showing face around this Lord. Do they want to take this fight?
I don't know.
They're bursting it down, but the Black Dragon form already committed by Nino here. Raging Sandstorm doesn't actually hit onto anyone. RP going in with the Blazing 2 and Carl TZ trying to deal with him though. And when he returns to the BMI, Sanford and JP are there to take care of them. Carl TZ though, actually going down. He's trying to work on Oheb, and that's actually finish the job! That's Baby Cakes already taken down by Alter Ego!
But still, it's a 3v2. Nino on the run right now.
Oh my goodness, this is a Sky Piercer! Sushin! But Sanford doesn't allow him
What can Nino do here?
to get any more!
He doesn't have a Black Dragon. He doesn't have a Petrify. There's no way to stop the onslaught.
There's the Dragon, but it's not going to be enough. Sanford and JP are just focused on the base. Team Liquid are at match point!
Team Liquid literally stampeded Game 3, and that was with Carl TZ's Leo Mord, and man, Alter Ego, they fought valiantly, but just not enough to deal with everything being thrown out. You saw so many wipeouts, man, but hey, TL gets on top of this one, and now is at match point.
They know their target at this point.
Yeah.
We saw it in game number 2. We see it in game number 3. If Yasuke can't play, AE can't play at this point. It doesn't matter how good of a game Nino has. It doesn't matter how good of a game RP has or the big play that Hijume can make. If Yasuke can't retry, if Yasuke can't hang out in the fight, Alter Ego are forced to back off, and when Tlph has a lead like that, there's nothing stopping the Stampede.
Even with the flicker forced out of JP early on in this game, all he needed to do was literally watch out for Yasuke, pass on the information, and every single time